Yo, yo, yo. This your boy Shamgar Phoenix, and you are tuned into the Stitch and Sham Show, episode 13.
Episode 13.
And we back on the set.
Yes. Stitch early here.
Yeah, we back. We're back on our set after being on Zoom for 2 episodes.
Exactly.
Well, was
I
it 3?
think it was like 3.
It was like 3 episodes.
Yeah.
So Governor Hogan was like, you could have at least 10 people somewhere. So it's just us 2.
It's just 2. So.
And I think we all right in here in these streets. So
you got hand sanitizer on deck.
Yeah. So we back, man. How you been feeling, man? You all right?
Good, man. Yeah, I can't complain. Like, I mean, I could complain.
Yeah.
Like when people do say that, like I could complain.
Yeah.
Like I could, but
It
complaining don't really change nothing.
Yeah,
so,
it doesn't change anything.
Yeah, but no, I'm good. I don't really have, to be honest with you, I don't have many complaints.
Okay. Cool,
I'll say that. I don't have many complaints.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
What about
So
you?
oh man, I've been chilling.
Yeah.
My wife made me cut my hair and shape myself up. She was like, enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
And she was like, and you smell bad too.
Yo, that's funny.
So
I gotta get mine. I gotta get mine done tomorrow.
Yeah.
My roses. You know what I'm saying?
So
I
she
don't got
made
the
me
fresh Kawhis.
Yeah, she made me. I was really fighting against it. I was like, I don't understand why I have to. She was like, first of all, I'm tired of you going on our broadcast looking jacked up, and you're not gonna go on your broadcast looking jacked up. So fix it.
Yo,
so that's what I did.
Funny.
And like the good thing is that I cut my own hair and I shaped my own beard up. So
you don't have to.
I could have been done it.
Yeah.
But I was just like, well, everybody else is.
And you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. And I'm not normally a follower, but that is something I can get behind.
It's like, oh, just not doing
just
nothing?
not grooming yourself at all.
Yeah.
And you got to accept me how I am because it's COVID out here.
Nah, that's the one plus I'll say with me, with my hair being grown out now.
Yeah.
Before it would have been like, yo, I need a shape up.
Yeah, bro. I
don't touch my hairline. Like,
Yeah.
I'll shave this off. Like that, but that's where it stops.
You don't do no hairline?
Nah, I don't do that.
Well, mine is already gone, so it don't even matter. I wouldn't be shaping mine up anyway.
Nah, that's
I might as well just take it off.
Hey, but it's still some dudes.
Oh yeah, they're hanging on.
That be getting the shape
Get
up.
the horseshoe shape.
You know
up.
what I'm saying? The
That
cul-de-sac.
Listen,
Like,
I'll just let it recede before I shape the receding up.
yeah, nah, exactly. Like if I did, I was like, it would be one of two things. Either I'm shaving it bald, if my joint was starting to go, or you just got to go Jason Statham, and just rock
and
that
just
shit.
rock it.
And just rock it.
And Jason be looking smooth.
Jason Statham be out this joint saving people,
and he be
whipping
killing
the whip,
people,
whipping it, and
driving,
with the
doing karate,
with
the jump missing.
Or what's his name that played for the Lakers? Like I rock with him.
Oh yeah, Alex Caruso.
Caruso. He's like, I will dunk on you.
Yes,
with all
the receding,
all the receding,
and a headband on. I don't understand why LeBron won't follow after. Speaking of LeBron, there is debate about the NBA season, whether to continue or not to continue. I know it's like a lot of people are saying, hey, they should go ahead and do it. Just do it without the fans. And then there's other people who are saying, let's think about the health and well-being of the players, because a lot of teams have players that have tested positive for COVID-19. And, just thinking about the overall health of the NBA as a whole. Because you could get gung-ho about this year and then not have healthy players for next year.
Nah, especially because the year is pretty much at the end of the year.
Yeah, we're headed towards it. So
for sure.
What you think?
I think that if I wouldn't have a problem with them playing with no fans.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Like if they are gonna bring it back, if they make the decision, hey, we're gonna bring it back. I know there's probably some season ticket holders that'll probably be tight about that.
You better watch that NBA was it league pass. That's what you better get.
Yeah, but I mean, I look at it like pickup ball then.
Yeah.
When you go to the gym and play ball, sometimes there's people, there waiting and stuff like that. But I just look at it as pickup ball. Like no one's gonna be there. It's not about the fans anyway. Like y'all are playing trying to get to the championship.
Yep.
So I wouldn't have a problem with them playing without any fans.
Yeah, I would have if the players are comfortable to do so, then I say go ahead.
Yeah, do it.
I know the numbers aren't plateauing like we thought they would by this time, but I feel like everyone with the least bit of information we do have about how to keep yourself safe and things like that they could do it without fans.
Yeah, I think they could. I mean, because you have the players, the coaches, and the refs.
Yeah.
And then whatever, because they probably would still need, ball boys and people like that just to, be there to. So it would, as long as everyone is safe and they make sure of that, I think you have a lot a lot better chance of it being a safe environment when there's not thousands of people and you just have everyone.
You got like a couple hundred that you can monitor.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that if they can do it and everyone can be safe, and I think they should go ahead and at least try, because I feel like sports has always been a getaway.
Yeah,
and with the fact that like we can't do, like, we have concerts, but these things are online now. Sports is something that you kind of rally around and you can share. Yeah. So even if you can get like 3 or 4 friends together and y'all guys can watch a game, in a safe location, then I feel like that'll start leaning us towards some more normalcy.
And I think you'll find more people that do that. Yeah, I think you will find more people that, like, normally, we watch games, we might talk about the game, but if we didn't, it wasn't like, hey, come through. Yeah, just whereas I think if they were to do that, it kind of makes every game like a playoff game in a sense where it's like, oh man, the NBA is back. And I think let's watch. So
they're in a great position because all the other sports are kind of over with right now. Besides baseball is getting ready to ramp up.
Yeah.
So
and then football is in a little bit.
Yeah, but I don't think they'll be able to. I don't think football would be able to pull off what basketball pulls off.
Can pull off. Yeah, I agree. Because it's way more people.
Yeah. It's like
you're
like, oh man,
way more people. So yeah, I definitely think that I know the one of the first ones that I saw do it, which was the WWE I was telling you about. And I think it was awkward a little bit just because with the WWE, it's about the fans.
Yeah,
so it's about
you get all your energy from
both
the fans.
but both of y'all are doing stuff for the fans.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, they need to win an Oscar.
It'd be like,
for their
performances
because there is nobody here, and they was coming down. Get live, and I was just like, oh, ain't nobody.
Like, they are turned up, and this
is a bunch of chairs, and they all the way live. So the fact of being able to see them do that, so I was like, if they can pull it off, and there were people that watched it and were still entertained.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. If they can pull it off, I think basketball is something that is not so much fan related.
Yeah, and they can get turned up off like. Because of each other.
Someone dunking on somebody blocking a shot. Like you can get, live because of things that happen in the game.
Yeah.
So
And I mean, I think if they can do it, I believe that they should probably have some heavy testing before they make this type of decision.
Yeah, for sure.
Because the players,
especially Rudy Gobert,
the players who have it, might not be able to participate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the players who are healthy and can go, I think we should give them, give them a shot, because, like I said, I just think it'll lean towards some more normalcy, and I feel like even for if the people who are at the, at the top, can figure out a way to get it done safely, then I say I wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm for it. I'm for it because I've been watching reruns.
Yeah, I wouldn't be upset about it at all if that was the case.
I agree. And I mean, so in keeping in that topic, you know what I mean, with the NBA, as you know, like The Last Dance.
Yeah, man.
It has continued.
It has swept the nation.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's talking about it. Everybody is talking about it.
And I'll say, I know you haven't watched 7 and 8 yet, so
yet.
We're not going to fully get into it, but I would say 7 and 8 might be the best 2 episodes that I've seen throughout the whole series. So where it before 7 and 8, I was kind of like, all right, like, let's see where they'll go. Whereas after 7 and 8 is like, okay, I want to see 9 and 10. Like, gotcha. I'm excited to see 9 and 10. Yeah. Because you kind of got to see a little bit more insight into Jordan.
Yeah.
You got to see a little bit more insight into like his relationship with his father, even his relationship with the players, how the players that he played with felt about him. Yeah. You know what I mean? So they went a little bit deeper into those things. And I think some of it does play to what we talked about as far as with Jordan, and you're kind of like looking at him and in his older days and kind of like, man, I wonder if he has some regrets about how he treated people or things like that, at that point. When
I think last broadcast I brought up that I thought like Jordan was a psychopath. Like,
oh yeah, and that's said.
Yeah. Like that's something is mentally not
like he
connected.
And the funny thing is we watched this before. So there was I can't remember the kid's name, and I think he played for the Bullets at the time.
Yeah.
And he played the Bulls played them, and I think he had like 36 in the game. And Jordan was like, after the game, dude, walked by him and was like, "Hey, good game, Mike." and because the Bullets had won.
Yeah.
And so Jordan was like, yo,
no.
What you mean
no
good game? Like, no good game. So Jordan was like, the next game, he's like, yo, I'm scoring what he had in the first half. Like, I'm so, but then you find out like Jordan made the whole story up. Like it never happened. Like the dude never told him that. Like the dude.
So he just did that in his
but
head.
he did it a few times. Like he throughout his career, it was kind of like what we talked about with the Shaq story.
Just making up stuff.
Where it was like to motivate
himself.
He would say like George Karl, they were out at a restaurant or something, and George Karl walked by him and didn't say nothing to him. And so he concocted this story that, George Karl had something against him. It's like, okay, well, I'll show you then.
Oh, wow.
And then you find out in the documentary, it was like, nah, he would do stuff like that to motivate himself in order to, go out there and play. So that joint does have some form of like, I'm sorry, I'm not telling myself somebody did something to me
just to, like,
horrible.
Could you imagine in any other profession to do that? Be like, I'm about to deliver these pizzas. And last time Rebecca didn't give me no tips, so this time I'm gonna deliver mess out this pizza.
I'm gonna deliver it because she faster time.
Be like, come on, dog. That's crazy.
Nah, but they said he would do that often, and then they had some of the people on there that he made up stories about. It was like, nah, I never did that. I never did that.
That's just crazy.
Like, yeah. So it was a thing that like gave you a little bit further, insight, even with him retiring and playing baseball and things like that. So they touch on all of those things, the gambling and
well, the crazy thing is that we talked about it. Might have been 2 episodes ago, where I said I felt like Mike, like you could see regret on his face.
Yeah.
Like there's something going on now, probably as he's gotten older, and probably even especially with the loss of Kobe, where you can see that something eats at him constantly. For sure. And we think that winning and success erase those things. I think Will Smith said something like, we use success to cure the problems of our adolescence.
Yeah.
And I think Mike can never, it doesn't look like he can ever shake it.
Well, and I think too, when you are so singularly focused on one thing, and then you don't have that thing anymore, I think it can eat at you. Whereas like basketball for him, that competition factor, that was something that he had, that he could say, okay, I know I'm going to compete today. So whatever I am feeling, I can channel it into that. Yeah. And then when you don't see those same successes, like the success that he saw with Jordan's, he saw that when he was playing.
Yeah.
So him not playing and still seeing that is just
it's
like
nothing.
But when he becomes a GM, you know what I mean?
And his franchise is horrible.
And his franchise is like has not been good.
Yeah.
Ever since he's taken over.
Yeah.
It's just never gotten, the ball rolling with it. And so you haven't yet been successful in that arena.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure there can be those parts of you that's like, man. And then if on top of that, you don't have the relationships that you would have wanted because of how you acted at one point. So a lot of times when I see him, I see a little like Dame Dash sometimes. You know what I mean? Like in certain instances where it's like you did what you had to do while you were in your profession, but what you had to do sometimes messed up relationships that when you're no longer in that profession, you don't have anymore.
Yeah, because we got to remember, he selected Kwame Brown.
Yeah. Young Kwame. You know what I'm saying?
He also Kwame
we remember is with the polka dots.
He also thought that Scott Burrell could be a good player. Yeah. Like all I'm saying is like Mike's judgment is like
yeah, but Jordan's is popping.
Everybody's buying. There was like a line somewhere in Texas or something like that. I think for the new release of Jordans and like the police had to like break it up. I think that's where I read. But some stuff on don't take that take that with a grain of salt, because
some stuff on social media.
You be like, bruh, that's not even remotely true. Yeah. But people just post stuff just to get likes and views and stuff like that.
Because people are bored now because a lot of people don't have connections, you know what I mean, and things like that. And I think one thing watching the Last Dance episode was just that part, and I think that even ties into kind of like now what we're dealing with, where when you have friendships and things like that, and you're going through these types of situations, you have people that you can actually reach out to. You can have people that you can like, that can keep you sane, you know, to a certain degree.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we've had since we met.
Yeah, it's been a long time, man. Like
99.
Yep.
Yeah, and so that was one of the things that I looked at where, you know, oftentimes you'll look and go, I think I've had friends before and friendships before, but because being in the military, you move so much that it's like when you 11, 12, you're not thinking about, man, I got to keep this relationship going.
No, you like I see Billy when I see him.
Yeah, see him when I see him. On to the next one. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like Frederick was the first place where we came and like we stayed.
Yeah.
Before that, it was like Colorado, New York, you know, Japan, North Carolina. Like it's boom, boom, boom. So this was the first time where it was like, so when I'll tell people like, yeah, like my brother, and they be like, your brother? Who, Antoine? I'm like, nah, Mark. Yeah, it's like, so, and then you got to like explain like
what's your dad doing? Why they always jump to your dad, though, right?
Dad was out there. How you know it was my dad?
You know what I'm saying?
Like, so, but yeah, so it's like when you have those friendships and you kind of like go through ups and downs, but you have someone that you can be like, yo, this one I'm going through right now. Yo, you know what I'm saying? At times it's good right now. At times are bad right now. You have somebody you can bounce that off of.
I even think about like even when I moved to Atlanta, like people just stop calling, stop texting, stop emailing, but you would come like almost once a month.
Yeah, it'd be
just
like,
come
hey,
down and just
through.
kick it.
Yeah.
Like in your travels to go see your son. And like even your son will come. Like, your son will come over and
he would come through
and
be like, "Yo, I'm gonna go to hey, go to Uncle Mark's and them.
Yeah, and then I'll meet you there.
I'll meet you there. You know what I'm saying? But you head over that joint. Yeah.
So I always thought that was that's how I knew that okay, like this is a friendship that you want to invest in, because like some people are just there for the moment, right? Like even when watching the Last Dance, you could tell that Mike was isolated a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it might have been episode 5 or it might have been episode 5.
I think I know what you're talking
where
about.
He was talking about like, I go outside, I get mobbed, so I don't really try to go outside much because I don't like that feeling of, you know, having to entertain people on my own personal time.
Exactly.
So he's like, I just kick it here in the hotel, smoke cigars, and
you know what I'm saying,
watch TV,
some
and
yak, and
I'm chilling. So
day.
like myself, I'm a very isolated individual. Like I do get out sometimes, but I would rather just be at my crib,
like chilling,
just chilling. And like you're the only person that really comes by on a
Nah, for sure. Yeah. And
level,
I mean,
like,
for the most part, I'm that way too. Like I like to chill. Like I get out, you know what I'm saying, and do things and stuff like that. But yeah, I love my couch.
Oh
like,
man.
You know what I mean? And I think the crazy thing even with friendships is like you have to find like-minded people in a sense. I feel
most times for it to work.
Yeah. And I think sometimes people feel as if like in order to have a relationship, there has to be conflict. Yeah. And which I don't get, because like why would I just be with somebody that like I'm arguing every single moment with? Like,
that's
you know what
crazy.
I mean? Like that's crazy. Like yes, even in marriage and stuff like that, like are there arguments? Do you get? But there's also things that you do with that person
that you don't
ever do.
But at least we hope you don't.
Yeah, hopefully. Like maybe you do. Maybe we talk. I'm just talking from my experience.
From my experience, no. Exactly.
Like so it's one of those things to where like we're not the friends to where, you know, you have those friends that are like more clingy. I'm not a clingy friend, but
we'll cancel on each other real quick.
Yeah, to where
no problem.
If Sham called me and is like, hey, something came up at the crib, I ain't gonna be able to come. It's like, all right, cool. Nah, I understand it.
Let's just do it Wednesday.
It's life. Wednesday. It's like, for what? Yeah. Like what do you need the extra for?
Exactly.
You know, whereas there's some people that is like, you cancel.
So you gonna
so you don't
value me?
Exactly.
You be like, no, it's not that they don't value you. They just have another value. And that's the thing that I totally understand, right? Like, for instance, my kids are much older, right? Your oldest son is not presently here in Maryland. Yeah. So you have a younger child. And there will be times where you're going to be like, look, I don't even feel like she is running around. I am tired. I don't even feel like doing whatever we said we was going to do. I don't feel like doing it.
Exactly.
Right?
And because you've had,
because I know, I'd be like,
there.
bruh, take your rest if that's what you want to do. I'm pretty sure whatever we're going to do can be done at another time.
Yeah. And I think like just as people, when we're considerate of other people.
Oh yeah.
I think it just makes life go a lot easier. But then also in a friendship,
yeah,
it makes those things a lot easier. But it also, because you like being around your friend, you'll find. So even like today, you know, like she's here with me.
Yeah.
So because normally my wife doesn't work on she doesn't work on
and
Tuesday.
You wouldn't have taken her.
Yeah. So she was here. So I was like, all right, we got to shoot. I know for the most part she would sit down, but she's gonna want to be a part. She's gonna see lights, camera, action, and it's gonna become her show. So I was like, let me call my mom. And let me see if my mom can watch it for a couple hours.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. I don't need you to watch it the whole day, just a couple hours. So I was like, all right, let me do this early so I can at least let him know early if I do have to cancel and we got to move it to Wednesday.
Then it's just, it's cool.
Then it's cool. Yeah. But I think some people have friends where it's like, dang, I don't want to cancel because if I cancel, I'm gonna get a whole dissertation.
Yeah, or you gonna get clowned for taking care of your family.
Yeah, it's like, oh, she got you whipped.
Like,
that's why you're single.
Yeah,
that's
why I'm straight.
That's why you are. Exactly. Yeah, so I definitely feel even in these times, friendships and things are needed because even just to get away from what you're seeing every day, like you're seeing your spouse, you're seeing your kids every day, and sometimes you just want like I need a break.
Yeah.
And I don't want a break by myself. Like I want a break where it's like, oh man, I'm hanging with somebody safely, COVID free.
Yeah. Like even like for us, like we may talk about the podcast, like say we're on the phone for an hour, right? We've had hour conversations, 2-hour conversations. Yeah. Where the podcast is like the last 15 minutes of the conversation.
And it might just accidentally come up.
And it'd be like, oh, you know what we should talk about? Or you know what we should do? Like most of the time we just be chatting on some like, yo, this is what I'm going through, giving each other advice.
Or yo, did you see this?
Yeah, or just like we don't never like, I don't know. Like Key always asks, like, why don't you ever disagree with Lorenzo? And I'll be like, it's not that we don't disagree because we do. Mm-hmm. It's just not overdrawn. Like
I think how we handle disagreements is it's different. Yeah. It's like I don't have to be like, nah, what you don't understand. Yeah, like I don't got to do the hand slap.
No, you got to do all that.
It's like, all right, no, I see what you say.
You're right.
And I always say in disagreements, if the other person, and you can tell me if you agree with this, if the other person feels validated in their point, the disagreement kind of ends a lot easier. Like if Mark says, hey, the sky is blue, but I feel that the sky is actually sky blue. Yeah. But I say, yo, I see how you could say that that's blue because it is a shade in the blue family. Yes. So I see exactly what you're saying, but I would call it more like of a sky blue because I think it fits more of the actual color. Yeah. He'll feel a little bit more validated because I didn't say, no, it ain't blue, it's sky blue. I validated that he does have a point in what he saw. Yeah. So in me validating it, it doesn't like make it seem like he just is like wrong about it being any type of blue at all.
Okay. So now because our friendship comes up a lot.
Yeah.
Especially in marriage.
Yeah. Yeah.
My wife, because you've been friends with my wife just as long as you've been friends with me.
That's the crazy thing is like I've been friends with y'all for almost like the same amount of time. Like give or take a month or two.
Yeah, maybe a month or two. Yeah. So we've been friends for so long. So like sometimes my wife would be like, why can't you get along with Lorenzo and it's so tough for you to get along with me? And just what you said right there is what it is. Because if I say the sky is blue, you'll just say it's black. You won't even give me a variation of blue. You'll go straight to it's black and it's reflecting the ocean and that's why it's blue.
And it's I think the validation part is the part. Like if a person, even like with playing sports, if I'm playing ball and like say I'm off, right? Yeah. And somebody just says to me, hey, stop shooting. Like you ain't hitting nothing. I'm gonna be like, wow. Well, you ain't doing nothing either. Yeah. I'm gonna keep shooting. Yeah. But if somebody hey, Zoe, you're joining a little. Hey, why don't you go in the post? Hey, go in the post. We're gonna feed you down there.
Yeah, then that's different.
Oh, bet. Yo, you know something else that I do well, and you're gonna validate that. Yeah, you see the shot is off, so you have agreed with that. But I'm gonna send you somewhere else. So the validation point.
And a lot of times opposites attract, right? Mm-hmm. It's very rare that you get somebody that like you be like, yo, I know how they process.
Yeah, I feel you. Mm-hmm.
Right? Mm-hmm. Like me and my wife are polar opposites.
Yeah.
Me and you are a lot alike.
Me and my wife are
very laid back. Yeah. We don't need much.
Yeah.
You don't got to do much. If you remember me, cool. If you don't remember me, cool too.
And I so the majority of the relationships that I have, so like even in my family.
Yeah.
My family is the dichotomy of us.
Okay.
In the sense of I have parts of my family that are like us, laid back, chill, like that. And then I have other parts of my family that's like
they need.
It's that need.
Yeah.
Me, I'm not the need. Like if you don't call me on my birthday, it was still my birthday. I'm still gonna be this age that I am. You calling me or not calling me on my birthday doesn't make the day go or stop.
Nah.
So I'll just be like I've had people call me 2 days. Hey, yo, I ain't even remember it was your birthday. Hey, happy birthday. That's happened with us. And it just be like, oh, good luck, man. Like,
especially because your dad and your brother are so close that it's hard to remember which one's the seventh.
I be having to remember which one is the okay. So my dad and which one is?
Your dad is the second.
So you about to
second?
I think my dad is the second and Antoine is the third.
The third, and then you're the seventh.
Mine is the seventh.
Yeah. Sometimes like that jump be
because and even to this day I still be like with the because the second and third it'd be like remembering which one is. It's like mad close. Whereas like ones that are spread apart, like I know your wife's because it's a holiday.
Yeah, it's separate.
It's separate and it's away from everything. Yeah. I know yours because it's separate and it's away from everything. You know what I mean? So
that's why I know Tanisha's because it's separate.
It's separate.
And it's nothing else around it.
Yeah. To where even with my kids sometimes, like you go to the doctor, they be like, so can you give me the birthday? And I be like, oh man. Oh, dang.
My boys are 3 days apart. Mm-hmm. Kimara, I know because it's
and I know hers
December.
Because hers is December.
It's separate from everybody. Time. Yeah,
like
it's
so I put them in order by then. But it's like I said, like with my grandmother, like my dad's mom.
Yeah,
if I don't call my grandmother, like my grandmother's like the dopest person. Like I could not call my grandmother on her birthday, and it happened one year. I didn't call her on her birthday. I called her like 2 days after. Like it was just stuff going on. I ain't get the chance to call her, and I called her, and she was like, Poppy, I don't care. I don't care, Poppy. Like, yeah, you know my grandmother. Like, she could care. She
offers you a plate after.
Yeah, she's like, you're calling me now. I don't really care that you didn't call me. It's a birthday. It's
like I got some food over here.
I got a sweet potato pie if you want to come pick it up.
You be like, oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Whereas like my dad, my mom's dad, like I have it's like I gotta make sure.
Yeah, because if
I don't, it might end up it's an emotional, it's more of an emotional thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I don't knock anybody for that. I'm just not that person. Like I know you're not that person to where it's like it is what it is. And I think when you have friendships and stuff that's where people are different. Mm-hmm. And I think the reason why ours has lasted for as long as it is, like I said, it started off as just like some dude, like when I met Sham, the first time it was on the basketball court. I had just moved here.
Yeah.
Was going to play ball with my dad and met him and like his youth pastor.
Yep.
The second time
second time using FYE stealing CDs. I always like comb over it.
Yeah.
To like preserve your character.
Yeah.
But at this point,
I was a different person.
At this point, you was a different person. You're not the same guy right now.
I was a different person back then.
And I was like, oh man. And like we literally had a conversation while he was stuffing CDs.
Like, yo, that's
what's up, yo. And first of all, it was about church.
So you
on the CDs in your coat, like, yeah, man. You know what? I need to get myself together. I was like, what?
And this was what we was 15.
Oh
like,
man,
15.
I was like, all right,
man.
I can deal with that. You know what I mean? No judgment here.
Yeah. And never did I think like, when you have certain friendships that last, like you don't never like I think about my Uncle Hutch, who isn't my dad's real brother.
Yeah,
but I called him Uncle Hutch, his daughter, that's my cousin. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's been that for as long as I know. You know what I mean? To where I'm more close with him than I am with some of my dad's actual blood brothers. You know what I mean? So I think within those friendships, and theirs was the same thing where it started out as a friendship and then just grew to where it's like, oh, this my brother. Like with me and Mark, it got to the point to where it's like, yo, if I got it, you got it.
Yeah.
Like, yo, if I got 5, you got 250.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
And it's been like that.
And
it really has been like that.
We probably owe each other mad money.
Oh, bro.
and just don't know what it is.
Yeah,
and don't even care.
At this
like,
point.
There.
Because at some point, you'll get it back through something. We don't know.
Don't even know what. It just be like, oh, we gonna go eat. Yeah, I got this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got this one. You know what I mean? So
I really missed that. I ain't gonna front.
And
that's been hard during this, because
we ain't been able to go to our spot.
Like there are times where like me and Stitch will just go eat somewhere, sit, talk, laugh, and it's just a getaway. Because like I said, like we're both married, we both have kids, and you know, sometimes that just get away.
Yeah.
And not having that the weight of carrying a family or you know pertaining to other people, and you can just focus on yourself and just laugh with a friend and joke around and stuff like that. Like that's one thing I have missed during this period of time, because it was something I did enjoy. Because we didn't do it all the time. But the time that we did it was always like necessary. It was like what was going on,
and it takes you away from having to think about whatever's going on.
Yes,
takes you away from having to do all those times. I think when you can find things where it's like in those moments, like we'll go out to eat or something like that. I'm not thinking about bills.
No,
I'm not
none of those
what's going on at the crib. I'm just thinking about this moment right here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Just chilling and kicking it. Like we used to do it through basketball.
Yeah,
and like there was other things that but that's like one of the things that kind of have like stayed. And then also too, like the double date situation.
Yep.
Like this is my one of my, I would say out of 3 or 4 maybe, because we don't have many double date partners.
Yeah,
so you got Amari, Candace.
Yeah, I was about to say
Matt and Jazz.
Amari and Candace. I'm trying to think who else we've went like out.
Antoine. We've gone out with Antoine and Stacey.
Yeah. Because honestly, majority of my other friends are like single, so it's like, well, until like of course
Christian and
Dev.
Yeah, and Dev.
Yeah, so it's not like a large.
No, it's not a
large group. Yeah, so
we gotta have like a mean cookout when this thing is.
Yeah, son, like a mean.
Yeah,
joint.
mean.
I was like, I got a deck now. Like,
yeah, we should rent out a park.
You know what I'm saying?
And let the kids play.
Depending on when this joint is over.
Yeah, because this is crazy.
Because if it ends up going into the fall, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. It's rough.
We went through a whole summer without.
And you know what's so crazy? Because like, so I was like really a stickler on time for the kids, because I felt like, even though I felt like they weren't going to go back, I felt like just keeping them on a schedule. And then as time has spanned on, it's like stay up as long as you want to, but like, just know that you need to be up by 10:30.
Yeah, to get your schoolwork done.
Get your schoolwork done.
Yeah. Certain things you kind of have, like I said, even just us as individuals, when you go to work and things like that, you have your time clock.
Yeah.
That your daily time clock that you move in.
I've just got mine adjusted.
To where eventually it just was like, okay, now it's not even there. I'll adjust it back when that time when time opens up for it to adjust again.
Bruh. All I knew was like, I was like, in my mind, I was going, I need to adjust my clock because I know how early you get up.
Yeah.
And if there's things that we can handle like
early,
then I'm like, cool. If I'm up, then we can handle
them
like,
early. Boom, let's knock it out.
And then we can just knock it out. Yeah. So I've like purposely reset my clock. And like I've actually felt a whole lot better because I've been able to finish a lot of the music for the upcoming projects.
Yep.
And I'm even like kind of like charting out some different stuff and been able to work on the show with Kia. And it's just been better for me to be up in the morning than to sleep till like 1 or 2 o'clock. And then like,
because I think sometimes like when you sleep later and like I can't remember the last time like I've slept in. Like to me, sleeping in is like, oh, it's 7 o'clock. I'm still in bed.
I'm still in bed, but my eyes is open.
Yeah, exactly. Because most mornings I'm up at 6:30, like without the alarm clock, like just up. So it's one of those things that I feel like when I get stuff done earlier in the day, it gives me the rest of the day. If I want to chill the rest of the day or anything like that, I can easily do it and not have to be like, man, I got to get stuff done tonight.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, if I want to go to sleep early, I could go to sleep early tonight. If I want to do any of that, I could do it because I got everything taken care of early.
Yeah, it's like, so because me and Kid, what we did was we sat down. Shout out to my wife, co-host of the Rouge and Royal show.
What up?
That'll now be on Wednesdays because we finally agreed to a day. Because sometimes it just be like however we feel.
Yeah.
And if we not feeling each other today, we not broadcasting.
Nah, I feel you.
So
it'd be that way.
We finally were like, okay, on Wednesday. So Wednesday, Rouge and Royal show on Facebook Live.
Yep.
You can go to Rouge and Royal on Facebook Live. You can catch us on Uhrise at Facebook.
Wow.
Just play shameless plugs while we're on here.
Might as well.
But we changed the schedule to where I cook 3 days a week, or not like technically do I have to cook, but I have to be responsible.
I was about to say you're responsible for the
meal
prep.
being made. So yesterday I made meatloaf, which turned out horrible. Now it tastes good.
Yeah.
But the thing was I used turkey.
Oh,
and turkey, and I used, but the thing was, and this is my fault for like not paying attention. I used a ground beef recipe with the turkey, but the turkey's softer than ground beef. So sometimes, like when you make meatloaf with ground beef, you have to soften it. So you use like milk
or bread
or cream to soften it. You know, when it bakes. I use cream in the turkey, and the whole joint felt like
super mushy.
And I had eggs and everything.
So everything just added.
It was just like, bro. I took that joint out the oven, and that joint fell completely apart. It was crumbles of meatloaf, and the kids still killed it though. They was like, "Dad, we just put this on the plate,
throw some rice or something,
some ketchup. We good, bro." So
that's funny.
Like now, I have to make sure that I can't like even like last night. I played Madden till like 1 because I wasn't tired. But I'm laying in my bed, and for all the people who don't know, I have an adjustable bed that sets me up, right? So I'm sitting up and I'm playing Madden, or I'll lay at the end of my bed and play Madden because I'm in bed, but I'm just not tired.
Yeah.
But switching my schedule because the first 3 months of this was like
I'm sleep late.
I would go to bed at like 4, wake up at 2. I wake up, my wife's upset because she's been up since 7 just watching me sleep, and my wife is working from home, so she doesn't want to wake up and see me unemployed.
So she's like
just laying in the bed.
Yeah, just
she's
like you just enjoy it.
You don't got nothing to do, huh? These kids is everywhere. So it's been smooth sailing since I've like changed my stuff around, and I actually feel better because I don't want to be the dude that's not helping.
Nah, I feel you.
Like for all you husbands out there who are unemployed, and your wife is probably not saying it. Like just help out, just
do something,
some
extras. Like I make sure, like when I'm here at the crib, like even if my daughter isn't here, it's like, all right, she not here. Yo, let me go ahead. Let me clean downstairs. Let me get the clothes washed. Like let me take care of stuff because I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here
at the crib, so I might as well just knock out some stuff while I'm here, and then it's less stuff for you to complain about when you get here. I've already done what I need to do.
Yeah, man.
Like, you know what I mean? And keep it moving.
Like I've been adding little recipes and stuff to my, you know what I'm saying, to my repertoire.
Yeah, man. I made stuffed shells on Saturday. You know what I mean?
You ain't got no more of them, do you?
Nah, them joints.
I know you crushed them joints.
Them joints went.
Because I remember that time you made them joints before, and I was like, I can get behind this. This is
because she wanted that, and we had everything for it last time we went grocery shopping. So at first I was like, so Saturday I was like out of it.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not trying. I was like, I'm gonna cook. I was about to make like my own deconstructed version of stuffed shell. So I had got the penne pasta. So I was gonna make the penne pasta.
Yeah.
Put that joint in the pan.
Yeah.
And then I was gonna make the stuffed shells like filling.
Yeah, but
and I was just gonna dab it. I just gonna put it and do it like a lasagna.
Okay.
So where I do a layer of each.
Yeah.
And then put the cheese on it and throw it in the oven with the sauce. And then she was like, "Oh, you're not making the stuffed shells."
You be like, "That's a lot of work,
and
bro."
I'm like, I don't really feel like
you got to get stuff the actual shell.
The shell. Like I was like, I'm not trying to. And then so she was sitting on the couch, with Michaela, and then they both fell asleep, and I was just like,
"Let me go ahead and do this real quick.
Let me go ahead and make these stuffed shells."
Yeah,
so I made the stuffed shells, and we went to my parents' house for Mother's Day. So I was able to save a pan of that to take over there.
Okay.
So it ended up making enough. It made like 2 pans enough for us to eat here at the crib.
Yeah.
And I took the other pan over there.
Yeah, I got lucky on Mother's Day, bro. So we went down to her mother's house.
Okay.
To work on her garden, her front garden. So, she got Chipotle and she was happy.
Oh, so she was like, "Oh, bet."
Yeah, because she hasn't had any takeout food besides one time I ordered from this pizza place that my mom really likes. It has Chicago deep dish pizza.
Oh, okay.
And it is delicious.
Yeah.
So I ordered that one time. That is the only takeout that she's had, and I think she might have like bit some of Kimara's burrito because Kimara loves Chipotle. So we got Chipotle, and she
Chipotle
was
in a minute.
She was excited. She was like,
"Oh, I'm
overjoyed." She was like. So
you make
I
food.
got
Yeah, that's all I did. I made food. It was like, "Oh, you made the stuffed shells." Oh, bet. Like,
yeah. That's why I said, like, you know, like at first, it's not something in my nature because majority of our marriage, Kia's done most of the cooking. Like I'll make breakfast or something here and there, but I've never like prepared like whole meals.
Got you. Okay.
And but now that she's working from home, her schedule is a little weird because sometimes she has to communicate with other countries and stuff like that. So her clock is a little different than the rest of the house. So I was like, you know what? I got a phone. I've learned everything else in my life off of YouTube.
Yeah, when I say
I can learn
Pinterest.
Oh man.
Like when cause I like cooking.
Yeah.
So like I enjoy like cooking or I'm gonna try. Like I made some like blackened tilapia last week. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And you don't got none of these, I can't try none of this. Like you just be saying it, make it sound good, and I just be sitting here like,
and that's probably we probably just had to have y'all over. Just
man.
You know what I'm saying? It's 4. It ain't no more.
Like what was that joint that Tanisha made? That stew for your was it your birthday?
Oh, she made the gumbo joint.
Yeah, that was tough.
That joint was tough.
That was real tough.
It had the sausage and the shrimp.
Because your brother showed up late. We was crushing that jump.
Smash. It was like
we didn't even care that he wasn't here.
Exactly. It was like, yo, y'all about to be super short.
All right.
Yeah, nah. She that
was
and
good.
then when she make the to where I don't even like ordering shrimp Alfredo like out from the other place.
Oh yeah, I don't do Alfredo.
She made shrimp Alfredo. Like a Cajun style joint, so it got like a little kick to it.
Yeah,
and she put sausage and shrimp in it, sausage, shrimp, and chicken.
I know you was
with
like,
spinach.
He was like, "Yeah, bro, that's for me, ain't it?"
I was like, "Yeah, Olive Garden, who? Like what?"
You know what's crazy? Now that we're on this subject, I don't even know how we got on the subject of our wives. But happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Sure. Yes.
My mom is not like a real she gets emotional, but she don't get emotional. Like she a tough cookie.
That's
like you know what I mean? She ain't like she's not the
it's
hug
like
me.
The heart. There's the shell.
Yeah, it's like you don't gotta hug me, but if you do hug me, I'll accept it. But I'm not going to just like outlandishly hug you
unless you don't call for a while.
Yeah, just then she'll call and then be like, "What's wrong with your phone?"
Exactly.
But and then shout out to my mother-in-law who is. She's also a tough cookie.
Yeah,
let's call that something else. But like just hanging with my wife and my mother in the morning, and then my mother-in-law and my wife in the evening it was actually pretty cool. But I did make a statement, and I feel like I should make it on this show.
Yeah,
that the same energy these mothers get, I want that on Father's Day. Did you say that? Did you say that?
Same thing.
Like, can I get some energy for it? Though?
So I'm at my parents' house, and so Amy and Terrell had came through. So it was like somebody said something, because it's Mother's Day. So like my dad had made like steaks and stuff like that on the grill. And he was like, the steaks is for the moms, you know what I mean? The chicken and stuff for the dads and all that stuff. And so I'm sitting there and I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. It's like, y'all see all of this that y'all getting for Mother's Day? Don't give me no daggone IHOP. Like,
don't take me nowhere.
Don't take me nowhere. Like, no. For Father's Day, yes, have the same energy, because I'm saying. Ain't nothing going on.
That's all I'm saying.
Ain't nothing going on, and I know mothers probably still had a bomb Mother's Day, and we can't even move how we supposed to be moving.
I don't got no green thumb, even though I had acquired one during this period. Like to be honest with you. There's sometimes where my wife tells me things and I just be like, I'm gonna go against it just to piss you off.
Yeah, just because right now I'm not
because I don't feel I'm not feeling you and I don't feel it. Yeah. So I do that. And I'm pretty sure my wife does that to me.
And I think it's a vice versa thing. I've seen it firsthand on
don't judge me,
end.
America, for the things that I'm saying.
Nah, it's true.
But working in her mother's garden or the front area, right, was actually really therapeutic, and I enjoyed it. I didn't think that I would because I didn't grow up with a front yard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I grew up with a stoop and sidewalk. I grew up in an apartment building, and then when we did move to a townhouse, the HOA took care of the lawn. So we didn't have to. I think initially it didn't, but I never did it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't something that I did. So now owning a home and having to do those things, it is a little different. So it's not something that I get up for, like I get excited about. Yeah. So after we were done, my wife's mother's lawn, I was like, you know what? I might be able to go ahead and do mine. It was like it was fun. Like I had a good time. So of course, so like my wife was like, see, I keep trying to tell you, and it's like it's not that I just didn't want to do it because you wanted to do it so bad.
No, I feel you. And I think sometimes when you're doing it for somebody, like, okay, it's Mother's Day. Let me do this, even though I don't want to. Yeah. But because it's Mother's Day. And then you end up finding out like, oh man. Yeah, right. Like, so like for me, I'm not the yard person. Like I'll cut the grass. Yeah. Cool. Outside of that, I might lay the mulch, but I'm not about to be digging and planting. Whereas like my grandfather,
he loved that.
He loved that. That's his. That's where he did the whole continent of Africa when we lived in North Carolina. Like in the back, I got pictures of it in the backyard at the joint in North Carolina, in Fayetteville. He did the whole continent of Africa with flowers. The whole joint.
All right.
And we got pictures in my mom's house. I'm gonna find them.
I gotta see that.
And so him and then my wife's parents, they have mad land. Yeah. So her dad likes to go out and plant and plant his own vegetables and fruits. So like Michaela be doing that. It's just not me. Yeah. Like whereas for me, like painting, it's something like I hated it when I was at my mom's crib and she used to have us decorating and moving furniture and painting.
Like why we can't just leave it how it is?
Whereas now, like you see when you came in here,
like,
I
seen it just
spray painting something.
He was
right
working
now.
on something. I didn't know what it was. I was like, he working on something.
It's the table for my record player.
Oh, okay. So to go with the trim and
to go
door.
with the So I was like, all right, let me take this outside. Let me go ahead and spray paint this joint. So it's like for that, I'll sit outside and just put music on and sit and spray paint and stuff like that.
It's very therapeutic.
So it's that thing where it's like I used to hate it, but now it's like, all right, let me, I can sit and do this joint. Yeah, I be spray painting everything.
Yeah, I can't. Like it rained for the last like couple days, and so the grass was wet, but I can't actually get. I'm like really looking forward to getting out, especially in my backyard. Yeah, and getting things done because I know we probably have to have somebody come by soon too, because we got like this plot in the back with like trees in it. But I want to get rid of it so I can move it back so I have just a little bit more yard.
Okay, got you.
And but yeah, like this whole situation has allowed me to open myself up to things that I might have been thinking about or just didn't have the time to pursue or.
I think even in us doing like we've talked about doing like a podcast.
Yeah, like
for a while.
Yeah,
like and even with like the Uhrise Collective, like we've talked about it for a while and things we wanted to do with Uhrise and stuff, but it's just time never permitted. And it's like, so this happening, as much as there are the negative sides of it, there's also a lot of positives just within people's individual lives. As far as, starting something that you wanted to do, becoming more consistent. Like this has helped us to become more consistent, you know what I mean? In something that, we enjoy doing.
Yeah. So, next week, we're going to be introducing a segment called Give and Go, where we talk to local sports figures about their experiences, their ups, their downs, maybe even like tidbits for the next generation to, to learn some, work ethic and things like that. It's something that we've probably talked about for years and years and years. And again, because of this situation, it's given us the time to like line things up. And again, shout out to Stitch. He's been doing a lot of the groundwork for connecting the guests of that segment. So that'll be something that's a part of our broadcast, probably about once a month.
Yeah, probably once a month. And we already have, I think we already have like 3 lined up. I kind of want to tell them who. You want to tell them? Or you
I
want to wait?
kind of want. I want them to be
Yeah,
intrigued.
matter
to
of fact,
watch.
yeah. I just want y'all to just watch the next episode. Like, I think y'all gonna be very entertained by who the person is, and probably even the fact of like for people who don't even know like this person's story, or that they're even from Frederick.
Yeah.
Like, you know, some people who may not know that.
Yeah.
You should.
Yeah,
but
you should.
Just off of like hearsay, you should.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
But we have a lot of stuff that we're like working on, especially in the area of media and video and stuff like that. So we've been deliberating on certain things, just making sure it's the right time and that we're not overwhelming ourselves
for sure.
with some of the segments, because I know we even talked about doing like some sketches and just different stuff
that we're gonna add just to keep the attention, you know what I mean, of you, the viewer, and just giving you just different things, you know what I mean. Yes, it's the podcast, but we want to kind of add different things that you may not necessarily see when watching or listening, you know, tuning into a podcast.
Yep. And also we have some musical projects coming up.
Yes.
We kind of like, we really work on those like parallel to the podcast.
For sure.
It's like,
it's kind of like they're hand in hand.
They're definitely
definitely
hand in hand. So we like we're really finishing up some stuff there. I know that Stitch did some stuff for the Slush Tribe on Facebook.
Yeah, like 2 weeks? Last week? Last week. I think it was last week. Or 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 Fridays
2 weeks ago, where you premiered some of the remixes for the Great Compromise
that Sham produced.
Yeah, man. So we my wife has told me that I do a terrible job of promoting myself. She's really like,
I've heard that about myself.
Exactly. She's like, you know, with all the things that you can do and all the talents that you can share. She's like, you know, and this is how she put it. And I was like, man, it makes sense that way, opposed to how I run it in my head, where it's like
thinking about it in a bragging type of way.
She's like, there are people who are waiting on what you have to offer.
Yeah.
And you might be the change that they need to see, and you're not doing it, and that person gets hindered, and somehow you hinder that person who hinders the person that they were supposed to inspire, and now you got this trickle down effect of
just in them hearing that. And I think it's even just as simple as that, in the sense of like, hey, so this is what's going on. It's like, oh man, that's dope. Yeah. Oh, all right. Oh yeah, I've been thinking about doing X, Y, and
Z. Or maybe I might do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
or yo, I should. Yeah. And I think even like with us, like with the podcast and stuff, like we didn't just think out of the blue, like, oh, we should do a podcast. It was from seeing other people's podcasts,
and being like,
able to go like, oh man, like, yo, I think we could do that.
We could probably do that.
And then people talking to us and saying like, yo, y'all should. You know,
or
what I mean?
I seen y'all live, and that was, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so
and there's probably other people that I know that are like, maybe we should try a podcast.
Exactly.
You know, watching something that we've done. So it's one of the things that I've just been like processing, even like with sharing music and sharing different things like that. It's all these things that, especially in this time frame where people are like, there's not enough entertainment.
Yeah.
There's not enough podcasts. There's not enough
sitting at home
for people that are just sitting at home, right? Like most people are doing like what, one broadcast a week.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. There's plenty of space for everyone to entertain each other and share and learn and grow.
Exactly.
And it's just a really dope experience to be doing some of the things that we're doing and also headed into. So again, like we end off every broadcast, it's just thanking you guys for your support. Every day on our Facebook page is new people coming in and liking. So we thank you guys. We hope that the content is, you know, like we say, entertaining and something that you want to share. I've seen a lot of shares.
No, and that's the plus, is like a lot of people have been sharing. So like y'all just continue to share, continue to, you know, push it out to other people. Like you said, we have a lot of stuff coming. I kind of want to, like the Uhrise Collective, kind of like just to give y'all kind of like
here we go. We can go there.
Some insight on what the Uhrise Collective is. So both of us are artists. Stitch Early, Sham Phoenix, artist, and Sham also does production. So pretty much majority of the stuff that you'll be hearing me on from the Uhrise Collective, you know, and going forward, and even if, you know, when we put out the Great Compromise remixes, that he remixed the whole project, so you'll be hearing a lot of that. So with that, it was like, man, we both do music. Yeah. And, you know, with us doing a show and pretty much everything that we do, we're within it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
If I might not to be too far behind.
Like, it's like we're pretty much like within it in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Whether it's insight, input, things like that. So it was like, man, we could, two heads are better than one in a sense.
Yeah.
So we were like, so we figured, with us having Uhrise, and now we have the Uhrise Collective, which is music that'll be coming forth from us as a group. The Uhrise Collective is the name of the group, so it's going to be a little different than you may expect. You know what I mean?
We try a little bit more experimental.
Yeah, definitely.
Attempts with this music.
Yeah, so everything from rapping to singing to some jazz,
instrumentals,
instrumentals.
Yeah.
So it'll be a little bit of everything, and you'll see. So when you're seeing the name, the Uhrise Collective, just to give you a little bit of insight. As we start to, tweak things and get things ready to actually present it to you.
Yep. And then as you can see, most broadcasts we're wearing Icon Nation, which Stitch is the founder of that, and again the designer of the clothes. This is basically all I wear, and not even because he gives it to me. Like I have offered to pay for it many times, and he just be like. But the clothes are the most comfortable things that I have, and I just be like,
which I appreciate.
Yeah, I rock. I would tell anybody, be like, yo, you need to go here and get some stuff because
get some Icon Nation
because it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
Like I know that he takes a lot of time and effort and selecting materials. From the Chanel letters to the quality of the sweatshirt.
Yeah.
So like I know that you are really focused on that, and I know you got you have a new collection coming up, correct?
Yeah, so we have we were gonna be doing the spring summer, but
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? So you saw like the blanket, and then we're still working on like some of the other stuff that's gonna come like in the fall.
Okay.
But we'll kind of like start rolling it out, so you will see us in ads, and things of that nature.
Because I'm a model,
and then and then you'll also see, once we actually start rolling out the Uhrise Collective, like Icon Nation will be producing, the different pieces and things that you'll see from the Uhrise Collective.
We should do an Icon Nation mixtape.
Hey, that'd be real tough. That'd be tight.
Yeah,
that'd be real dope. Yeah. See, we stay just having ideas.
This is how it works.
Yeah.
And then for like maybe 2 weeks, we'll be like,
oh no, because remember that's crazy. Because remember we talked about. I did talk about that, and I was like, yo. And I can't remember where I even
how we got away from it.
How I even thought to think that, and it was like, yo, it would be dope, like if like the next Icon Nation collection that we put out, like the Uhrise
you did say that.
The Uhrise Collective should put out like a 4-track EP.
Yeah, to go with the collection. That's tight.
Like so
you see, this is it, people. This is literally how we come up with stuff.
This how our conference. This is like a phone call. Like if there was a wall here and
I was on the phone, that's how we come up with
exactly
stuff.
how that joint happened. But
that's tight. I like that.
Yeah, so we gonna put
all right.
that.
There we go. You guys heard it, so now you guys gotta look out for it.
Exactly.
So shout out to Freddie, and Christian who are a part of Icon Nation. They are creative directors. They help Lorenzo kind of establish the ideas and the brand. It's a lot of stuff that like. The reason why I'm saying these things is because to the advice of my wife, like don't limit yourself and don't think that you have a dumb idea or just try it. And like what could happen if you just try it?
Yeah, and at the end of the day, like we've done stuff that y'all will never see.
Yeah, he'd be like, that was hard.
We've recorded records that y'all will never hear.
Yeah.
We've designed stuff that you'll never ever wear.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's the fact that even when we're in the studio, it may be like, yo, I'm gonna try this. And then I'll try it. And it might be terrible. And it's like, nah, just cancel it. But the fact of the matter is like we allow each other to live freely within the creative space.
Yeah.
So when that happens, whether the idea was good or not, you'll never know if you never try it.
Yep.
So then once trying it, like even with us doing this show, it could have came out to be something that was like, yo, Mark, we should probably not do a show because this is terrible.
This is not good
let's not. But we tried it, and it actually was something that people were like, yo, oh man, this is good. I'm tuned in. I'm watching what y'all are doing. So never think of an idea as a dumb idea.
Oh, heck.
But always
you just never know where it could carry you.
Exactly. Always be willing to try something and then let it go from there. Let it go from, you trying it out in order, like if you would have told me years ago that I was going to be doing music and be a rapper, I'd have been like, nah, I'm some trash.
That just
like,
crazy.
Yeah, because you remember, like I ain't really rap like that. Like I met them and they was rapping and it was like, 16. So what's that?
Yeah,
like
I didn't know how to do none of that.
Yeah,
stuff.
none of that stuff. So it was trial and error. And then I think once you do try, you allot yourself the time to then like now, because we've been doing it for so long, now we have the time to be able to sit down and actually craft what we want to put out there and what we want to put in front of people.
Yes.
So
again, man, we got a lot of stuff coming.
Yeah.
And we thank you guys for your support, because without you guys, we wouldn't have no one to share this stuff with. So So we thank you guys. This is episode 13, Stitch and Sham Show. I'm Shamgar Phoenix.
I'm Stitch Early.
And we thank you guys for tuning in. We'll holler at y'all later, man. Peace.